telling men to not to do that, don't. And I just started crying because I'm a victim in my 30s. I've been sexually molested by someone close to me as someone in my, say, just before my 20s, which affected me. Later on, I got married, got divorced, and it wasn't a nice divorce. And eventually, trying to leave, my husband had raped me from behind, if I might say that. It was just a whole night of torture, and that he can now remember nothing of, apparently. And then while going through all of this, I'm raising kids, not going to say how many. I'm just trying to get myself together, trying to just move away from it because I felt so weak and like I'm not worth anything. There was one, I don't know if I can say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. There was a cop involved in a case where he was called out to what my ex-husband had done to me. He then befriended me, and under the pretenses that he would protect me, he would check in on me, and I felt safe once again. And he basically did the same thing to me, and I just had to shut my mouth because I didn't want to make a scene. I didn't want to seem like I'm dirty for people to think anything about me. But all I can say to the guys out is don't, because I'm now in my late 30s and I'm struggling. Something happened in my life about 2-3 months ago where I thought all of this was buried. I then woke up everything again. I tried taking my life. I stopped working, gave up my job. I can't function. Now I'm on antidepressants. I've been diagnosed with anxiety disorder. I pretend I'm okay, but I'm not. I'm still my 4th month now that I'm just going through therapy, and it just feels like I've lost myself completely and I don't know who I am. Yet I'm trying to stay strong because I'm a mom and I have kids. But most times I just wish it would vanish. And just what you said, it just made me cry immediately. Because no one knows what you deal with as a person, as a victim of these kinds of horrible acts. But everything just becomes a lot at some point, and I would wish this upon no one. And I just wish men would stop. No matter you are the uncle, the brother, the neighbor, the grandfather, even a cop. Yeah. So I just wish men would stop.
I'm so sorry to hear that account, ma'am, that you've just sketched to us. It's horrible, and I want to ask you, and again, take your time, and if you don't want to answer, is do you feel that the therapy is helping? You've only been there 4 months.
It's helping me stay alive now. That it's helping me stay alive. I still don't know who I am. I went away for a bit out of my city, and that didn't even help because I was trying to fool myself. But it's just difficult trying to move on from it, even though it's years later. I still can't find myself. I'm okay, and then I'm not okay. I've been having struggles with my medication. I've taken myself on and off because I want to be brave. And then I just fall sick because I'm not supposed to take myself off. But therapy has been good, but I still feel broken.
If I may ask, and apologies for the questions, ma'am, when you leave therapy or when you're alone, what are some of the thoughts that go through your mind?
So when I go to therapy, the first time I went, I thought, you know what? I'm so ashamed because what I was taught, or what I thought it was, only crazy people goes to therapy. It was something that in our communities, especially from Cape Flats, we don't do such things. But someone gave me the number and I called because that morning I was about to take my life. And because I didn't really want to, but I felt I needed to when I reached out to someone and they gave me a number. So when I basically go to therapy, I'm so nervous because I need to speak about what is hurting me. I need to speak about what I need to become better, to feel better, to not feel broken. And many times I'm left with homework because I can't answer the things. I don't know how I got here. I don't know how to get away from here. And the thing is this, I would say that I'm quite successful now, apart from me giving up my job. But I've made a success out of my life, but it's just sad that men did this to me. That is supposed to protect us. And I don't know how to get back. So every time I have homework, the worst thing, Nigel, to be quite honest, is my depression has gotten so bad that when I'm speaking to you through my conversation, I don't remember what I was trying to tell you. It's just been one hell of a ride. And I don't know, it feels like I'm floating right now. Like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm driving now, to be quite honest. I'm driving. I know I need to go home, but I feel like I'm driving aimlessly, to be just quite blunt. But therapy does help a bit. Like I said, it's keeping me alive. But I'm just broken. But yeah, I'm just broken.
Ma'am, if I may sketch a scenario, and again, please correct me if I've got this wholly wrong. So you've been through hell over the last 10 to 15 years, if not more, mentally, psychologically, and other. And you're healing now. You're 4 months into therapy. How do you function during the course of the day? You've got offspring. It sounds as if you have a career, but then to me it also feels like there's one half of you, and then there's the other half of you which has to almost pretend that everything's okay, and it's clearly not. And I feel
100%. So I was telling my therapist today, I'm not going to say there's one thing that I do to make me feel good, because then some listeners might know who I am, because they know I listen to this radio station and they know that I like to interact and things. But this is something I do every day for myself to make me feel good. Just to pull through the day. So I would basically dress me up, and then there's something I would do after I've dressed me up. And it gets me through the morning. But to be quite honest, I put blockout curtains in my room. I could not function. My depression, it was non-functional depression. So I'm not allowed to work currently because I can't think straight. I was studying. I'm lost because I don't know if I can go through it. Everything just seems scary to me. So basically, I'm not really surviving. I get up for my kids. I sort them out. I don't know how I do it, but
how many kids? How many kids do you have, ma'am?
I'm afraid if I say that, people might.
Oh, no. Then don't.
If I may ask, ma'am, just in closing, and we definitely want to stay in touch with you, maybe sort of offline, just to check in with you on a regular basis. If I may ask, ma'am, what under these horrible and traumatic circumstances, what makes you happy right now or during the course of the day?
So my therapist mentioned to me she's afraid of what's happening to me now. I'm not that person that I was a few months ago. And even when she met me, she said that she's afraid. Not that I might hurt her, because I told her I don't think I would hurt myself. But I'm afraid of what next, what decisions next. Like, I'm walking on eggshells. That's why I was telling you earlier, it's like I'm floating. And what is making me happy now is that one specific thing that I do in the morning. Oh, and one problem I spoke to my therapist about that I've got now. I have a spending problem. I spend a lot that I don't have to make me happy for that moment, especially when the depression kicks in. And it doesn't help that I don't have a job anymore.
Ma'am, I can tell you right now that our WhatsApp line, every single person is showing you love, support, kindness, sympathy, empathy, and they want you to heal. They are rooting for you. Every single person on our WhatsApp line and every person here in our studio. Would you mind, ma'am, if we paused for a moment? I'm going to hand you over to Cassidy. And then check in with you in a couple of minutes. Thank you for your time and thank you for being extremely brave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for telling men to stop. Thank you. It's
just after 6 and Dalton is at our news desk. 6:14. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's difficult to be happy and upbeat after a conversation of that magnitude and just listening to it. So, yeah, thank you for all the WhatsApps, by the way. Cape Townians are great, but we've got a lot of work to do. Men in Cape Town, I talk to Cape Townians or people in the Western Cape, we have tons and tons of work to do. A lot of women have come onto the WhatsApp line and they've been through trauma as young girls, teenage girls. And some of them have healed, some of them haven't. This is the reality. It's not all fun and games and laughing and having fun. There are people going through a lot, and we need to be mindful. We need to be cognizant. And so before you type, before you act in that shop, you just don't know. So stop. That's at the other end of the scale. Could be the cashier, could be a bank teller, could be someone on the phone. Just pause for a few seconds. So it arrived late. You were overcharged. Coffee didn't arrive on time. Meal wasn't right. Does it really matter? Yeah, you're paying for it. Does it really matter? When you listen to that story, you have to ask yourself, why am I complaining? Why am I complaining over coffee, over an email that didn't arrive, over the gardener not arriving on time? And the list just goes on. Just think about it. Tonight, tomorrow, think about that lady that was on the air. And then you won't complain. I'm guilty of it too. Complaining about the most trivial stuff. Getting upset about arbitrary things. Sure. I wish you well, ma'am, if you're still listening. Continue the healing process. Easier said than done, I know. But the entire city is rooting for you. They want you to heal. And you've got kids. And they need you. And continue the therapy. We're not therapists. I keep saying that. We're just a platform. But she has someone professional in her life. And we pray that the healing continues.